This video was sponsored by Enhance, NeoWatt, ABRP, Elbilmek, Kempower and EB Hub. Yo, what's up? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how freaking fast the Xpeng X9 is charging. We have returned the car. By now, we are now sitting in the new G6, and you like it? And okay, I need to explain a little bit before you see all the results here. I learned from a nice friend from Sweden that the difference in charging plug or cable matters, especially for fast charging cars like all the Xpeng we're seeing now. So in the past, I really didn't care or didn't pay attention, but it actually does matter. You need the Phoenix contact. It says Phoenix contact on small letters and also big letters HPC on the side. They are the good plugs that can boost for a long time, possibly 600 amp boost for 25 minutes or longer. Whereas you have the Amphenol, the shorter plugs, you can also see the letters on it. They are kind of shite. They can boost only around 3-4 minutes from what I've seen in the X9. X9 is the first car I've tested that can actually sustain 600 amp flat, unlike most other cars, even the Zeekr 7X, which is the fastest out there. It can only take it for a couple of minutes. Same with the BMW iX3 Neue Klasse. Yeah, and then there is actually another plug in between there that is better than the Amphenol, but then not as good as the Phoenix contact. So this matters which plug it is. I'll talk more about this in the upcoming 1,000 kilometer challenge with the G6 I'll be driving tonight. But okay, so I went to different chargers. We had the new chargers. They actually supposedly have water-cooled cable or liquid-cooled cables, and they can go way over 600 amp, 650 maybe, not sure. And then we have the boosted, the 600 amp Albertronics, very common. But then there, some of them are 600, or some of them are the Amphenol, some of them are the Phoenix. Actually, when I was in München last year testing this car and also the G9, I noticed that on that Ioniq charging station, they had two different, they had the Amphenol on one side and then the Phoenix contact on the other side. And unfortunately, because the charge port is on the right side, which is the wrong side, not the left side, which is the right side, then I used the wrong plug. I used the Amphenol, not the Phoenix contact. And that's why I got this weird, I don't know what you call it, weird curve. I'll show you later. And also during 1,000 kilometer challenge of the X9 at Hobby, the truck chargers over there, they had also only the Amphenol chargers. So I claimed that the charger was faulty. Well, unfortunately, it was not. It was by design. So was it fair to deduct 5 minutes because of the... Yeah, what happened was that it boosted for a couple of minutes and then it overheated and then it goes in that weird jolt up and down, which is a mistake actually by NEMA Energy. Installing truck chargers and not using proper Phoenix contacts. They are slightly, I don't know if they're more expensive, but they're way better. Okay, anyway, enough talk. Let me show you guys what we are talking about here. So I did some tests on the Neo charger. You see that the Neo charger ramps up really slow. And then the Albertronic with the Amphenol, it can boost for a couple of minutes. In the beginning, the two Albertronics, they are more or less the same, but actually the Phoenix seems to go slightly higher on power even. But then after around 3 minutes, the Amphenol plummets. Neo, because it has the, well, it has more power units also, but it also has more amps or I don't know, I believe liquid cooled cable. It seems like it can sustain longer or at least better power. And also it could go slightly over 400 kilowatt, but you know, the X9 is supposed to take 542 kilowatt, but at least I couldn't see even close to 500, which is a little bit over 400. So I don't know if I have to go deep or whatever. But okay, just look at the Amphenol, the middle. It just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Whereas the Phoenix was able to go flat. Yeah, wow, this was so fast that I couldn't even accommodate in time. But you will see afterwards on the charging curve how it is. But I mean, why does the Amphenol jump up and down like that? Well, it's basically physics in a good thing that it allows more power. So when you have lower power, the pins will cool down. And then once the system detects that, okay, the pins have cooled down now, we are good, then it goes higher power. And then it goes higher power, then we have to drop again. Yeah, it's similar to when actually a BYD blade with a blade battery, like, well, I'm not sure which, well, like the old Atto 3, even the new Atto 3, once it overheats, it also goes in this up and down, up and down. This is also what we have seen in the middle session here. Was more or less the same behavior we had in the 1,000 kilometer challenge. But look how much faster the Phoenix contact is. We're already at 95%, whereas the Amphenol is only at 83%. Like, you wouldn't believe that this was the exact same car. You know, we wouldn't think that, oh, it's a previous generation or something. No. This is how much slower it is. But the Neo, for some reason, you see that the Neo charger was actually slower than the Phoenix or the rightmost. Mainly because the Neo charger was ramping up really slow. And also another weird thing about the Neo charger is that it stopped charging at 97%. I was like, huh, what happened? What happened? Well, the price per kilowatt hour at the Neo charger is 5 NOK. And then they have a 500 NOK cap. So once you hit 100 kilowatt hour, it stops charging. It's kind of, this is not a problem for Neo cars in general. Well, it depends if you come with a really empty Gen 2 battery. You could also hit that limit. But okay, anyway, you see here, the blue line, bam, nice. And then it has a little dip and then it goes up again. I don't know what's up with that. This is typically a thermal throttling. But here, with the Amphenol, you get this zigzag, and it seems to have the same, you've seen this in the 1,000 kilometer challenge also and other cars. It has this zigzag, it drops, comes up again and then drops, but then it kind of equalizes, you know, as we go, especially also because at higher state of charge, it needs to start dropping anyway, but actually, well, does it? It can go flat 400 kilowatt until around 65%. That is amazing. And then this is what I've been talking about, that the Neo charger ramps up really slow. I can see it on the Neo charger screen that it first it allocates 150 kilowatt, or I mean, well, it goes into 40 kilowatt steps, but 120 kilowatt, 160 kilowatt, and then when the car asks for more, then it takes maybe 30 seconds before the Neo charger allocates more. So that's why there's a slow ramp up here, even though it peaked slightly above the 400. It was not enough to allow it to catch. But I still wonder why it doesn't go flat 400, why it actually dips below it here. So overall though, you see that if you have an X9, the pro tip is to go for the Phoenix contact and 400 kilowatt, and that should give you the fastest charging curve, way better than the Amphenol. But this is actually quite easy to spot the two different contacts. But how fast is the X9 compared to other cars? Well, let's see. Boom! We now use the Amphenol, the Phoenix contact 400 kilowatt, which is the fastest. We compare it against an iX3. The iX3 doesn't really hit 400 kilowatt, so the Xpeng is actually faster there. And then we include Cybertruck. Yeah, why not? That's the fastest we have from Tesla. That is actually it's 800 volt. And then the weird here is the Zeekr 7X. Yeah, sorry for that. I had to record the charging screen in the car, but Zeekr is actually relatively quick. It can maintain the similar speed as the X9. You see, in the state of charge is actually right neck and neck there. Yeah, it's basically the two Chinese cars now, 7X and the X9 battling. But yeah, again, I can show you here that the X9 can just go flat 400 kilowatt all night long. Now the 7X start throttling already. It's like, lol. Yeah, Xpeng is like, Zeekr go home or Geely go home. And then the iX3, which actually costs the same as the X9, is a lot slower now already. And look at Cybertruck, how slow Cybertruck is, man. Oof, okay, whatever. We just include Tesla here. Yeah, why not? And okay, back to the X9. Now we start throttling a little, but it's charging at only 350 kilowatt. Yeah, at 80%. Only, okay, there. Okay, yeah, at 250 kilowatt at 80%, it's time to unplug, and it's going too slow. Well, okay, so the X9 won to 80%, and before I even have time to speak now, the X9 is also going to win to 90%. Holy shit, it's so fast. There, double win for Xpeng. Holy macaroni, dude. when X9 hit 90%, Cybertruck was barely just passing 50%. Holy sh! Okay, whatever. iX3 though, the most hyped up EV this year, right? And its charges kind of fast-ish, yes, but compared to the Chinese, especially Xpeng, its charges slow. Okay, at least 7X is taking the second places here and there to 80% and 90%, and there iX3 finally hit 80%. Cybertruck hasn't. Wow, Cybertruck is only at 63%. X9 is about to hit 100%, and it's still going quite snel, even at 98%. Man, holy shit balls, this is fast. It's so fast I can't even talk fast enough. Okay, let me just show you here. Okay, X9 is about to hit 100%, and then Cybertruck hasn't even hit 70%. Are you serious, man? 7X is actually okay now. Towards then, it can maintain okay speed. But actually, it looks like it's kind of hanging in there, but it's not charging that fast. So X9 is actually charging faster than the 7X at the same state of charge. You can see in the charging curve soon. Now towards the end, it takes a little bit longer there. X9 takes the triple win. Oh, Xpeng for the win, man. And then 7X is still on a good second. We're gonna go just the humiliation run now. The fast charging cars will go to 100% before Cybertruck even hits 90%. I don't know how much time we have here. Do you want to watch paint dry? Okay, but yeah, the iX3 is actually not charging that fast towards the end. So okay. Very hyped up technology from the Germans, but Xpeng is way faster, and then well, Geely for now, unless they, I mean, until they unleash the next gen, at least Geely is behind here. This is what matters in Norway right now. Oh, Cybertruck hit 80%. Took 36 minutes. The slow clap to Tesla. But now, will the 7X hit 100% before BMW? Yeah, I think so. Okay, it goes kind of slow towards the end. Many of these cars, they have non-linear state of charge scale, so that's why towards the end, the last 99, I mean, the last 100% takes a while. There, okay, yes. So, seems like 7X was second place in all the other categories. And then it seems like iX3 will be the third place, and then Cybertruck. The car or the truck that actually needs the fastest charging, you know, the Cybertruck, is charging the slowest. Oh, shit. Well, okay, whatever. Here you guys get the best consumer advice. And here again, this time is a red line. That is the X9, amazingly fast. It just charges so fast that it makes the Zeekr 7X appear kind of slow. And then what the heck was this about, huh? The BMW, the Neue Klasse, huh? Seems to be a thermal throttling. And same here, twice rapid gate. Yeah, and I mean, the BMW iX3 has even the biggest battery, 100 and, what was it again? Was it 116 kilowatt hour? The X9 is only 110 kilowatt hour. This is also NMC or NM, one of those, but it's not LFP actually. None of these are LFP batteries. So it's just bam, but you see, even this, okay, I don't know if this is some kind of thermal throttling, whatever it was. Was the battery too hot? Was the cable actually too hot? That could be it, you know, but it took only 12 minutes to reach 80%, so the Phoenix contact should be able to maintain pretty stable current even after only 12 minutes, right? But you see here, even when it throttles, the X9 just goes way above all the others. It just humiliates the rest of the pack, humiliates the Germans, humiliates the Tesla. Yeah, okay, should I even mention Cybertruck? It hit, what was this, 350-ish? And then, like, blah, 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 and then it was just staying way below all the other ones. So, yeah, dude. X9, the charging king, the fastest charging EV for now until the Chinese BYD, Denza, or the Geely, they bring out the next gen. But for now, Xpeng is the king of the charging hill here. And then all the other cars is like, yeah, okay. So anyway, this beast here I'm sitting in now, the G6, is also charging pretty fast. You're going to see how that one is. And also after this, then we'll borrow the G9. So is gonna be the Xpeng trilogy, the triple humiliation. It's game over. When will Tesla come out with something better? We heard about the Sunwoda battery. Is it 5C battery? Well, okay, they better start getting the 800 volt architecture ready then. Otherwise, people will just figure out, well, Model Y is nice, but the G9 is also very nice, and G9 now has massage that the Model Y Juniper doesn't have. And then since the G6 charges way faster, then maybe efficiency doesn't matter too much. And actually, this car is not that thirsty. So okay, anyway, that's gonna be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.